Welcome back. This week we have special guest Csharp. Today he's going to talk about the difference between good and bad cops. Take it away, Csharp.
Yo, what's up? It's your man Csharp. I'm Hip Hop Artist of the Year and Youth Ambassador for the City of St. Louis. And I'm here to talk to you about what I believe is the difference between a good cop and how a bad cop reacts in the streets of St. Louis. So, since Ferguson, we've been kind of dealing with what is the difference between a good cop and a bad cop. And unfortunately, we're still dealing with some of the instances that are plaguing our young black men when it comes to dealing with law enforcement. So this is an opportunity to give 6 points, 3 good, 3 bad, on what I feel like we could be paying attention to when we are interacting with our police that are sworn in to protect and to serve us. So, the first thing that I think a good cop would do is show respect. A good cop would always show respect. He understands that he may not be from that neighborhood, or the cop is probably from that neighborhood and he's giving back to the community that he grew up in by offering up his life to serve it and protect the people in it. So a good cop would always have respect, and he should always give and receive it from the community as well. Another thing about a good cop is that he will have awareness. He will know where he is. He will know what the situation is. He will know what type of activity takes place in that community, what type of attitude, what type of environment that community is. So then that way he knows how to govern properly. He knows who can be a suspect, who can be a criminal, but then who's just having a hard time or who's just having a difficult time at home. And he'll have the awareness to understand how to move in that community. And another thing that a good cop does is that he uses reason. If there's no reason to be aggressive, if there's no reason to be forceful, then that cop will use resolve, and that cop will use his communication to dilute a situation, or he'll be able to use his training to resolve a hostile situation without making anyone feel threatened or scared. So respect, awareness, and reason, I think, are 3 things that will make a good cop. Those are 3 things that you look for in a good cop. But 3 things that I feel like you should avoid, and 3 things you need to identify in a bad police encounter is aggressiveness. If that police officer comes to you in an aggressive manner with no respect, with no opportunity to explain your side of the story, then you should already be at a point to where you're ready to remain cool and you're ready to remain calm, because obviously at any point in time that cop can become too aggressive, and we've seen what happens when aggression meets aggression, especially in community and policing. So if the cop is aggressive, you need to be aware of that. Unlawfulness. Sometimes police use their authority unlawfully. Sometimes they see suspicion, sometimes they see things that just don't look right and they want to investigate, which is a part of a cop's job. But your job as a civilian is to know your rights and to know the difference between what's right and what's wrong. So then therefore you know when you're being stopped or when you're being harassed unlawfully. So that's another thing that you need to be aware of as far as bad policing in your community. And number 3 that I feel like would make a bad police encounter is defensiveness. If you are defensive, a police officer is automatically going to heighten his senses. He's going to feel suspicious, and he might have a sense of fear for his life because of the defensiveness that you show when you are approached. So if you can be aware of the fact that when you are encountered by a police officer, they're already in defense mode. So if you can remain calm, if you can remain cool and not show a defensive posture or body language, then that will be a situation that can be better than any other outcome you could possibly have. So I think that those are some good ideas on how to deal with a good cop and how to deal with a bad cop, coming from your youth ambassador, Csharp.